Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Naifil. Please, I want to use this opportunity to say thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining my channel. I hope you are enjoying the messages. Okay, today I want to talk about a heartbreaking thing. A heartbreaking thing. I want to talk about, I titled my topic, body shaming. Body shaming. And what is the meaning of body shaming? I consulted a dictionary and it says that body shaming is to criticize somebody based on the shape, size, or appearance of his or her body. To criticize somebody based on the shape, size, and appearance of his body. I want to ask you a question today. Have you ever been body shamed? If you ask me that question, I'll tell you I lived with it. I have been body shamed right from childhood. Have you ever been body shamed? Have you ever body shamed somebody? Have you ever found yourself in this position? My dear, I want to let us know today that body shaming is a very heartbreaking experience, a very heartbreaking thing. Do you have anyone who has been body shamed? Have you ever interviewed somebody who has been body shamed? I want to let you know that body shaming someone is a very, very terrible thing. There is nothing to compare to the psychological wound you give to someone when you body shame the person. It's a very, very terrible thing. It hurts, it pains, the wound is deep and fast. Sometimes the wound goes as far as well into old age. That will show you how far the wound of body shaming can go. People are body shamed for some reasons. The body parts or shape. People are body shamed for speech, the way they speak. People are body shamed for their gaits, the way they walk and carry themselves. Okay, let's take a look at body shaming somebody's body parts or criticizing somebody's body parts or ridiculing. I think that is the right word. Ridiculing somebody's body parts, shape or size. My dear, if you ask most fat people, they will tell you the story of their lives. Do you know that almost all fat people are body shamed? Almost all fat people grow up not seeing that pain in their hearts. And when someone's body part is body shamed, it affects the way you carry yourself. It affects the way you do things. It affects you generally, even in decision making. Most fat people are body shamed. Therefore, somebody can be body shamed for the size of the body. Like I told you, most fat people are body shamed. There are people who are body shamed for one part of their body or the other. For instance, you find somebody not really fat, but having very big body parts like breasts, or someone is not really fat, but maybe the way your eyes is, maybe the way the shape of your mouth is shaped in such a way that you don't feel confident when you are with people. It's shaped in such a way that when people look at you, they notice that fault immediately. And sometimes you find people ridiculing that person because of that. People are body shamed sometimes because of the way they speak. There are people who speak so slowly that sometimes you wouldn't want even to have conversation with them. And so when they are rejected like that severally, they find it difficult. They lose confidence in actually conversing with people. And there are people who are body shamed for stammering. There are people who stammer so much. They find it difficult to communicate. They find it difficult to mix up because of their stammering. Even when they are with people, they won't open their mouth to say much. And even when they are not saying much, somebody can ridicule them because of that stammering, you know, telling them, can this one talk? When he opens his mouth to talk, you will find people leaving because they don't have the patience to wait for him to finish what he's saying. And people can be body shamed for their gaits. When I say gait, I mean the way you walk, the way you carry yourself. There are people that are body shamed because of the way they walk. Sometimes people say they walk like a dog. A dog. There are people that are body shamed because of one reason or the other. But my dear, I'm here today to plead with each and every one of us. Please do not body shame anybody. Do not ridicule people because of the way they look. Do not ridicule people because of the way they walk. Do not ridicule people because of the way they talk. You did not create anybody. You did not create anybody, so please do not criticize them. Do not criticize them. I am saying this because I was a victim. Like I told you, most fat people are body shamed, and I happen to be on the big side. And people will tell you are so fat, especially in the teenage years or growing up in primary school, secondary school years. They will tell you are so fat. And when people keep telling you you are so fat, it registers in your head. Now, that body shaming, that ridiculing can affect the way you dress. For instance, myself, I believed I was the fattest person on earth. Meanwhile, I wasn't that fat, I was just plump. But they kept telling me, you are fat, you are fat, you are fat, until it affected me psychologically. I am saying this based on my experience. It affected me psychologically. And I saw myself as a very, very fat person. My dear, most fat people are sad inside. Most fat people go to bed crying because of what? Body shaming them. It affected my way of dressing, for instance. I started dressing in very big things so that it will hide the fat. I became comfortable in dressing in very big things or dressing in jumpsuits. Whatever that will cover the whole body, I fell in love with it. Telling myself I'm hiding that which is making people to ridicule me. Do not body shame anybody. The pain is serious. The pain is deep. The pain is so deep that it affects psychologically. Do you know that body shaming somebody is like killing the person? Some people who were body shamed sometimes are so affected to the extent of thinking of suicide. You can actually cause somebody to take their lives because of the criticism you give to the person concerning the person's body shape and size. I am here to plead with everybody. Please do not body shame anybody. It is not fair. It is not good. Let's take a look at the Bible. Genesis chapter 1 verse 30. Chapter 1 verse 31. Let's hear what God says about his creation. Why should you body shame anybody whom God has created and called good? Let's take a look at Genesis chapter 1 verse 31, and it says, "And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day." God said everything he has made. Everything he has made was very good. Okay, let us take a look at Psalm 139 verse 14. Psalm 139 verse 14. And okay, Psalm 139 verse 14 says, "I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Have you seen it? God created us and said everything He's made is good. And David said, I will praise you, Lord, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I want to encourage everyone that has ever been body shamed. Do not accept defeat. Do not accept ridicule. Do not accept anybody's criticism. You are beautiful the way you are. You are beautiful the way the Lord created you. He said you are good when He created you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Even if you have care leg, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Even if you have bow leg, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Even if you are fat, even if you are very thin, even if your tummy is the biggest as a man, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Fat men also go through body shaming, ridicule. I want to tell you, my brothers, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Do never allow anybody to put you down. Never allow anybody to tell you the way you should be. God created you like that, and He said you are good and you are fearfully and wonderfully made. For those who think they are perfect, they have the right shape, they have the right size. Please do not body shame anybody. You may have killed so many people with the way you criticize them. You may have killed so many people with the way you ran them down. You may have killed so many people. May have broken so many hearts with your words. With your words. It could be a word to a man. It could be a word to a woman. Ridiculing them. How can you ridicule God's creation? You are telling God He made a mistake. No, He did not make a mistake. He does not make mistake. He made us in His own image. And He said we are fearfully and wonderfully made. For those who are crying because of body shaming, for those fat girls, for those fat men, for those very thin ones, for those square-legged people, for those bow-legged people, for the fat-tummied men and fat-tummied women, for the very big-breasted women, however you are beautiful. The day you accept that you are beautiful the way you are, nobody will have power over you. I suffered body shaming. I suffered it. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Please never accept anybody's opinion about your body. Never accept anybody's opinion about the way you look. But that does not mean if you start eating unnecessarily and start adding weight, it should not be pointed out. No. When you are blowing up and it's pointed out, yes, you should listen and do something about it. But if it is a natural thing you came up with, please, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And those that are doing this, I'm appealing to you again. Please have a rethink. Please repent. Please stop killing people with your mouth. Stop killing people with your word. Love your neighbor as yourself, no matter how they are, no matter how they are created. Let the love of God, let agape rule your thoughts. Let agape rule the words of your mouth. And we will have less sad people, less people psychologically affected because of words spoken to them. We will have less people crying to bed because they were body shamed. Until another time, my brothers and sisters, it is goodbye.